The Jets' Week 1 starter will be.
Right now, the way I'm looking at it is Sam Darnold. But let me say this for the record. If I'm the New York Jets and I have any opportunity whatsoever to get my hands on Deshaun Watson, I would give up 3 first-round picks. I would give up Sam Darnold. I would throw in a masseuse, a massage therapist, car service into perpetuity.
Firstborn.
I'd slide his mama a new house. You know what I'm saying? Or I'd make sure to give her access to the private jet so she could fly in on Sundays for games. Whatever the hell he wants, and I'd give it to him. Figure it out. If you're the New York Jets, you go all the way in, because Deshaun Watson is a game changer. He's a showstopper. On top of it all, he's a model citizen who would be great for the New York market. And folks in Gotham City would rally around that brother in a heartbeat, and you wouldn't have to worry about the quarterback position for years to come. Got to buffer your offensive line. Make sure you protect this brother. Can't put him on suicide watch. But outside of that, you could build around this dude. You do whatever it takes. I just don't see them being able to do it. And as a result, I think they're going to be stuck with Sam Darnold.
No.
And that's where I'm at with it.
You know, I hear what you're saying, Stephen A. I actually think Miami is best positioned to get Deshaun Watson. Like, if they really want him, if I was Houston, I would think.
Management.
Because if Tua was in this draft, I would want him over everyone but Trevor Lawrence. So they have Tua there. If the Texans value Tua, they can give them Tua, start with Tua and the number 3 pick in the draft. And if I'm Deshaun Watson, I want Miami, because usually if a team is drafting that high up, they stink. But Miami got the number 3 pick through a trade. So they're actually quite good and poised to be even better. I just think that the Dolphins, if they want Deshaun, are best situated to get him. So where does that leave the Jets? I understand why people would still have hope for Sam Darnold. I would move on were I the Jets. It wouldn't be an easy choice, but I would do it. And I think there's a guy in this draft whose stock has fallen because of a couple of games during a weird kind of college football season. But at one point, it really wasn't clear that it's Trevor Lawrence 1 and then everyone else 10, 11, and 12. It was 1 and 1A. That was Justin Fields. And if I'm the Jets and I'm looking at this team, I'm not thinking we're about ready to win. I'm thinking we need a total rebuild. If I can move Sam Darnold and get some draft capital back, even if I don't get Deshaun Watson, if I can trade down from the number 2 spot and get stuff back, including all the other draft capital I have, I can walk away with Justin Fields and 1 million draft picks on top of the 1 million draft picks I have. That's a rebuild. I think Fields has a chance to be the second most special quarterback in this draft. And there was a time not long ago where we were wondering out loud, could he be the most special? That's who I'd target if I were the Jets.
All I'm going to say is anybody but Sam Darnold. Because as somebody who's covered this Jets team, as a beat writer, as a national writer, I have watched quarterbacks come and go. And this organization just seems to completely gut careers. I don't know. They cannot develop QBs. So I'm with Max on getting a young QB, whether it's Zach Wilson, whether it's Justin Fields. For me, the key issue is for Robert Saleh, first-time head coach, for Joe Douglas, new to the GM spot, find the QB in this draft that you believe in and go all in and try to get him. Yes, is Deshaun Watson the better option? Of course he is. But does Deshaun Watson want to play for the Jets? I don't believe he does, because there are a lot of other situations that are a lot more further along than the Jets as far as being a winning franchise. So for the Jets, hit reset. I think Adam Gase, I think they ruined Sam for the fans too. Like, anytime this kid messes up, fans are like, get him out of here. I've seen enough. And I think Sam could use a reset. He needs to go somewhere where he can be in a good organization.
He needs a coach.
He needs a good coach, and he just needs time to step back and not have to be the guy right away. Learn from somebody, right? So for the Jets, I think don't just pick, I've seen them take some crazy picks. Decide who you want, you believe in, because this QB spot, you will lose your job over who you pick. So whether it's Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, pick one of them and ride with it.
you got to have a quarterback with wheels. You just have to have that because in today's game, unless you're Tom Brady or Drew Brees, you know what?
That's your statue, yes.
You have got to be mobile to survive and prosper in the National Football League. You just have to. That's just a threat that you have to pose. And I get where you're coming from about the New York Jets. They're moribund. They're pathetic. We all understand that. Robert Saleh is definitely going to be an upgrade. But I got news for you. He might be the luckiest man in the world because after Adam Gase, he ain't got nowhere to go but up. Ain't nowhere to go but up. You can't be worse. So anything would do. Anything would be some kind of improvement. But in the end, what it comes down to is this. If it were Trevor Lawrence, you know who your quarterback is going to be. Even though I like Justin Fields a lot, I really, really do. And I've heard good things about Zach Wilson. The reality is that you can't draft one of those guys and automatically pencil them in as the starting quarterback for your franchise in year one without any kind of security blanket whatsoever. The Jets have too many problems, Kimberly, and so as a result of that, if they go that route, well, you know what, we're just going to draft a quarterback, and that's what we're going with because we ain't going to get a shot at Deshaun Watson and stuff like that. The problem with that is that you're putting their careers on watch because they're going to get ruined because before they even started. Based on what you said, Kimberly, they have a history of not being able to develop quarterbacks. And all of a sudden, your first, this guy comes in from day one, he's the starter. Hell no. If Sam Darnold's been sacrificed this much, keep sacrificing him. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.